Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program. Now, on with the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
You know, Oscar, things are really falling into place for the election. We've got our presumptive candidates and everything. And some things could change, but things are sort of falling into place.
It's getting exciting.
It is, and people are starting to launch attacks against certain candidates. Things are being said, and I think we need a reply. So let's call a guy. We've not spoken to him in a while, but it's time we speak to this. I think you'll know the guy.
Okay.
Once he answers. I want to surprise you because
I like surprises.
well, surprises are fun. We'll give him a holler here on the phone, on the blower.
I wonder who could it be?
He should pick. He usually picks up on the third ring.
Slick Willie?
Could be.
Hillary?
Might be Hillary. Could be.
Ooh.
Cruz? He's not doing anything.
He's doing the fourth ring this time. Maybe he's going to pick up on the fifth.
Rubio? Where's he been?
Marco Rubio? Could be.
Yeah.
There's one name that you've not said.
Hello?
Would you enter and sign in, please?
Who's this?
This is the Mike O'Mara Show with Oscar and Rob.
Hello, Rob.
Hi.
Hello, Oscar.
Hi, Donald.
I'm tired.
You're tired?
It's been a long... Well, no, I don't normally get tired. I sleep 4.5 to 5 hours a night, but I'm tired right now. Just tired of the misrepresentations of my record.
Well, I don't know that you've been misrepresented, but people are saying things.
I have been misrepresented. Look, I was told the other day by a person who knows that I've been misrepresented more than any presidential candidate in the history of presidential candidates. People have distorted my record more than any record in the history of politics. I have been lied about, cheated about. Do you know how much money they've spent? They have distorted my record and run so many ridiculous ads. The ads that they have run have been lies, and they've spent billions of dollars distorting my ads. My record.
Can I ask you to respond to a statement that was made this very week?
I'll respond to any statement. Yeah, I'm not afraid. I've been told that I'm probably the least afraid of any of the candidates that have ever run for president. I don't care because I financed my own campaign. You can throw everything but the kitchen sink at me, okay?
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
You can throw anything. Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm not saying anything.
I just wanted to say it again.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Mr. Trump.
Excuse me.
Mr. Trump.
Excuse me.
Mr. Trump.
Excuse me.
Mr. Trump.
I have been lied about. But it's okay. If they want to do that, it's not going to bother me. Paul Ryan, that doesn't bother me. He can do whatever he wants. Now, I've heard that this is political suicide for him, that he's going to go down in flames, and they're going to canter him, like Sarah said. Good, loyal,
Sarah?
decent, great piece of ass,
Taylor.
Sarah.
Oh, of course.
She's fantastic. Yes, Oscar,
I know what
you
you're
have a
talking
question.
about, Mr.
Yes.
Trump. Or
Excuse
Donald,
me.
if you don't mind.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Let's talk about your fiscal policy.
You're not doing it right, Oscar.
My fiscal policy will be the greatest fiscal policy in the history of...
Donald!
All you have to do...
Donald!
Excuse me.
Donald!
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Donald!
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 My fiscal policy, excuse me, will be the best in the world because I know what I'm doing. I own more property and I've been managing real estate for so long.
Property?
And people, excuse me.
Property?
Excuse me.
Property?
Excuse
Property?
me. I have been doing this for a very long time. Look, my business knowledge is going to be translated into the White House and it's going to be big and good and successful and large.
All right, what
and
about
wonderful.
this? You know this fellow who used to be on
Excuse me.
television? Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
What?
There's this fellow
Well,
used to be on, what is it? There used to be a fellow on television named Jon Stewart.
Oh, Jon Stewart. Oh, please. Jon Stewart is a failed comedian. Who he got off television because he couldn't hack it. He couldn't hack it. He's a hack. He's a hack. He's a loser.
Some people would say
loser with a capital L, and he doesn't care about his fans. If he cared about his fans, he'd still be on television. But no, he's afraid to stay on He's afraid to stay on television. That's why he's gone.
I think he
That's
kind
why
of
he's not-
Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Yes.
Donald,
Yes.
let's talk about the ozone layer.
The ozone layer is up there in the sky. I don't know exactly.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard some things about it. They talk about hairspray. You cannot possibly.
Did you talk to top scientists?
I've talked to many scientists. I have many scientists who love me and who support me, who've donated money to my campaign. They've actually supported me, and they say, all these other scientists that come out, they think they're smart, but they don't really know the facts. You speak the truth and logic. And this whole thing with the ozone layer, that my hairspray, you remember back when there was good hairspray?
Yeah.
How am I going to destroy
Aquanet.
an ozone layer that's up in the sky by spraying good quality aerosol hairspray in my apartment, which is sealed.
Sealed.
Doors. I come in at night to Trump Tower into my penthouse. I shut the door. How is that going to escape? What, through the crack in the door? I don't think so.
Hey,
I don't think so. And I used aerosol hairspray, and now the hairspray's terrible.
It's like a pump action.
It's like it's pump action, and the aerosol was much better.
We
and
have
I
to make
preferred it.
hairspray great again.
Excuse me. Thank you. That's right. Make hairspray great again. And I don't use that goo. The gel.
Pomade?
Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Men using gel. They're using gel in their hands. I don't understand.
You know who does that a lot?
Sense.
Don't you think that little Ted Cruz would use a lot of hair gel?
Oh, Lion Ted Cruz.
That's right, Lion Ted Cruz.
Yes.
Little Marco Rubio.
Well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe he had the hair gel that fell on the stage that made Carly Fieri take the powder. That took the pratfall.
A spill.
That's probably what happened. Listen, she is not. I didn't say this during the campaign because I wanted to make sure that I kept it on the high road. But everybody knew she's very uncoordinated.
Really?
She is very, very uncoordinated.
Is she spastic?
I don't want to say spastic. That's not the word. Excuse me. That's
Donald.
not the word. Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse
Donald.
me. Excuse me.
Donald. Is she
That's
a spaz?
not the word. She's not a spaz. You said that.
Hey, how dare you?
All I know is certain people in the media have said she's a spaz.
All right, back to the media. Jon Stewart has said that you are a thin-skinned hypocrite who ridicules political rivals and minorities and went so far as to call you a man baby.
Man baby. Oh, that's ridiculous. Jon Stewart. Have you seen him? Hold on.
It's a sick burn.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Donald.
Excuse me.
Man baby.
Excuse me.
Man
Have you
baby.
seen Jon Stewart lately? And he's throwing darts at me.
Yes.
Have you seen his unshaven face, his gray skin? He looks like he's been in the Batcave. He is ridiculous. He doesn't have any talent. He's short. He doesn't have any friends in the media or in politics. He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't have anyone. Excuse me.
Trump.
Yes?
He goes on to say, you have the physical countenance of a man and a baby's temperament and a baby's hands.
Okay, all right. Look. Jon Stewart's a loser. He has fans that don't know anything. They don't read anything. They're not smart. They're not successful. If I was unsuccessful, I'd like Jon Stewart too. If I was a big loser, he's got a big loser convention going on.
Oh, he's got a loser convention.
When I'm going to be running the Republican National Convention, and Jon Stewart should have a separate one. Why doesn't he go to Alaska and go up there and stay on an island off the coast of Alaska and have a big loser convention?
Isn't
That's what
Sarah
he should.
Palin in
Excuse
it?
me.
Hey,
Excuse
Trump.
me. Excuse
Trump.
me. Maybe he should do that.
But Palin's in Alaska.
Oh, he's talking about my hands. Let me say, I've got no problems down there.
We didn't
all
talk
right?
about down there. We're talking about your little baby
He talked
hands.
about my baby hands, which means I have a baby penis. That's not true. Excuse me.
Family
Excuse me.
show.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. He said it. I didn't say it. Excuse me.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. They They look like the Kristen Wiig character when she's on the Lawrence Welk show on Saturday
First
Night
of all,
Live.
That's I don't watch that show.
You
it's
don't?
not funny. It's
You've
not
hosted
successful.
it. You hosted it.
Excuse me.
Trump.
I've hosted a lot of things. Doesn't mean I have to agree with them.
Okay, I understand.
All
But
right.
those are tiny
Excuse
heads.
me.
Maybe there's a problem with the
Nice
Skype.
color sweatshirts, boys.
What? It's green.
Sweatshirts.
Yeah.
What?
Black and
All right,
green.
you know
Excuse
what?
me.
Trump.
Excuse me.
Trump.
Shut up.
Trump.
Shut up.
Jacket.
You shut up. No.
Trump.
Excuse me.
Oh
Oh, no.
She said it.
Oh, no.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
We need to swaddle him. Stat.
Now I feel like a bully.
I've got sorry. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm battling a slight head cold, and Melania has been sucking the snot out of my right nostril with one of those suction cups. Excuse me.
Oh, and Mr. Trump, we also heard that based on your slight flu symptoms, you had a bad bath yesterday.
I had a bad bath. Melania was giving me a bath, and it did not go according to plan. I made potty in the bath.
I understand.
I made potty in the bath.
So let's change the topic.
I made potty. Excuse me. Can I finish?
Donald?
I made potty in the bad gold bathroom.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
How about our other recruit?
He's raring to go. Had to put a little coffee in him, but he should be good. What time zone is this?
Come on. Come on.
Captain America.
Mr. Lang.
It's an honor. I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome.
Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
Jeez. Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so thanks for thanking of me. Hey, man.
What's up, Tic Tac?
Good to see you. Look, what happened last time?
It was a great audition, but it'll never happen again.
They tell you what we're up against?
Something about some psycho assassins?
We're outside the law on this one. So if you come with us, you're a wanted man.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
It's not Mike. It's Rob Spiewak and
Hi,
Oscar
Rob.
Santana. How you doing? Live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. It's the Mike O'Mara Show, and here's Mike right now.
Shut up. On the air and online worldwide. My air conditioning is out.
What? Oh, no!
Like, completely out. Worth it.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
on the air.
It's the new one,
The new
too.
guy.
On the air and online worldwide, the Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you're here, you do too. You can call us anytime and we may answer you at 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673.
Is it hot there?
6673. It's been a morning. By the way, tomorrow is Wide Open Wednesday, so call us at 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673. Our show today brought to you by Texture. Texture is binging, and it's the best, and it's binging with magazine content. I binge watch my favorite TV shows. I now binge watch my magazines thanks to Texture. It's the best way to read magazines. I've got it on my iPad. You can put it anywhere you want.
Right.
I get all the magazines that I want. Super convenient. It's right there on my tablet, on my iPad. I binge, baby, binge. I read my Esquire. I read my Vanity Fair. I read my Golf Digest and my golf. I love my golf magazines. And it gives me instant access to hundreds of the world's most popular magazines. Super easy to use. And I don't just binge on the ones I like. Texture, the editorial team, recommends new content for me every day so that I can visit other magazines. Stop worrying about getting crushed by that ever-growing stack of magazines at your house. Be kind to the environment. Less paper means better environment, people, and lowered sea levels. It's better for your wallet, too. Get Texture today. Plus, you can share it with the whole family. The best part, Texture is offering a free trial right now.
Hold it. When is it?
Right now. When you go to texture.com/TMOS, you'll get immediate access to all of the top magazines, including back issues and bonus video content. Now, as a golfer, when I talk about Golf Digest, I love the bonus video content because it's one thing to read an article about a golf tip. It's another to see it on video.
Oh, yeah, there's all this enhanced content.
Oh,
it's
it's
so
awesome.
cool.
Try Texture for free right now at texture.com/TMOS. That's texture.com/TMOS. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so
So when did it fail?
Mrs. O'Mara comes in to
The
get
widow
my,
O'Mara.
I think she's planning to murder me because she asked for my Social Security number. And then I say, can you turn down the air conditioning? And she says, or is it really turn up the cool?
No, you turn down the thermostat.
Hey, when I start this show every day, I turn up the cool.
Yeah, it's
I thought you
it's
turn
noticeable.
Up, you turn up the heat.
Yeah, you turn down the air conditioner.
No, but you turn up the heat on the airwaves here.
Oh, also,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who had recorded it also?
Oscar doesn't know what that
Who's
means.
that hack DJ?
Which one?
The one that says
Who's not?
See you afterwards. We used to play him all the time here on the show. We play him once in a while. You have that
Rick
tape.
Dees?
No, you have that tape where he's hitting on girls.
The Maze?
Oh, the Maze.
The Maze. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Anytime that comes up, do you have the Maze handy?
Of course I do.
Turn up the heat in the studio.
This is, by the way, and anytime Oscar brings it up, and the reason Oscar brings it up is because he was new to the party too when he joined the Mike O'Mara show, and the Maze captures you. The Maze, the Maze, in my opinion, is the worst disc jockey ever, and he holds the title, but so bad he's good. And we love the Maze.
And
he's phenomenal.
He's bad for several reasons. First of all, he's bad just overall. His voice is bad. He has badly set up bits. And his cadence is wrong. There's one thing he says where he says, tonight, under cloudy skies in your convertible, 62 degrees. It's the cadence is wrong.
But the worst part of the Maze, and I don't know whether you have several clips or whether they're all stuck together.
It is one tape, and it runs about 240, I think.
I don't want to take that much time.
No.
You want to just hear a break?
Just a little bit. Just a little
bit.
bit.
The one that's the greatest, and you need to isolate this one. You need to isolate the one where he has the fake girl, his manatee that calls him and says,
"Come on,"
and says that you got to hit the alarm for me now too.
I guess so.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. The fact is,
there it is.
give him some coffee. So anyway, the thing about it, he is faking being a stud.
Yes.
Because all disc jockeys, don't let anybody lie to you. All disc jockeys and all people that start in bands, they do it to get girls.
Sure.
So the whole idea to be the Maze is that he's a sex machine, and he's
to
not,
all the
and
chicks.
you can tell. But let's listen to the Great Maze because Oscar brought it up.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Are you okay? Are you
Mike,
okay?
It is the worst allergy day in the
I mean, you seem like you're not feeling well.
I don't feel well. My head
Really?
is splitting. Yeah,
Really?
and I apologize about
Can
that.
you Can we get Rob some more drugs?
I am
'Cause it
already
makes him
on
funnier.
plenty drugs.
If we give him any more, we'll have to get the paddles, Mike.
Yeah, I'm on meth right now, Mike.
All right, so this is the Maze, and well, feel better, Rob. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
about that. And this is the time of year that he gets ravaged
rough.
by his allergies. The Maze disc jockey, I think from Kalamazoo.
That sounds about right.
Power 95, Maze Patrol lines open for your convenience at 381-1420. In 3 years, she's gone from like a virgin to a pistol-waving mama. The lady has the moves, and I got the motion, and together we'll be causing such a commotion that the authorities will love to run us out of town. Madonna from Power 95.
Yeah.
Power 95 with the Maze.
here you go.
Hi, who is this?
Oh, here she is.
Tell you?
Why? Do I know you?
Oh,
Yes, you do.
Have I seen you before?
Oh, yes. Many times.
Many times?
Many times.
I don't recognize the voice.
recognize.
Okay, is this Marianne?
Oh.
Can you stop it
have
for
I had
just
fun
one
with
second,
you?
Rob? Just one second. A little thing. And people say
Power
that.
95, Maze
Jesus.
Patrol lines open for your
It's
convenience.
okay, Rob. It's
Shoot
all right.
me.
Don't
Shoot me.
Don't stroke it. We're gonna be
Motherfucking
okay.
shoot me.
Whoa.
The thing I was going to say, this is just, little English lesson for
Yes.
those that might say. It's one of my pet peeves. I don't talk about it much on the show. The word is recognize.
Yes.
It is not recognize. Recognize is not. So many people say,
Recognize.
I didn't recognize you. It is recog. You have to do that.
better
If you're
recognize.
yes, recognize.
Yes.
If you're going to pronounce the word correctly, you say recognize. So Mays, when he's talking to his, his walrus, says recognize.
Is she 70?
And also, you know what about the walrus, Mike? And I'll go, look, I get one too. The thing about the walrus, she can't even pick up her cues right. She says no too fast because she's so married to what they've rehearsed.
Yes,
that
of course.
The script is horrible.
Well, it's a horrible ruse.
Yeah, let's back.
It's a cleaning lady.
Power 95 with the Maze. Hi, who is this?
I shouldn't tell you.
Why? Do I know you?
Yes, you do.
Have I seen you before?
Oscar loves to hate it.
Oh, yes. Many times.
Many times?
Many times.
I don't recognize the voice.
Recognize.
Okay, is this Marianne?
Oh.
This is when he goes to the litany of random
Have
names.
I had fun with you within the past 2 months?
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay, that cuts it down to 1,000.
1,000.
Oh, gross.
Michelle. Are you Katie?
No.
Are you Annette?
Yes.
Annette.
Ah.
Oh, God.
God.
Wait for the segue.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm waiting for you.
Because of you, I'll be right over.
Oh, God.
Bob. Oh.
Such hack. All right, thank
You know what
That's the
needs to be
maze.
said about that also?
That's an
That's
excuse to play the maze.
That is not something that we just pulled off the radio. That was his audition tape that he sent to WAVA to get a job. So
Yeah, how
that's
cruel
his
were we at
skimmer.
WAVA, where the program director we were so out of control back in the 80s and 90s that the program directors would send us audition tapes where they're so bad that they were good, so we could play them on the air. You wouldn't be able to get away with that today.
Oh no, someone would sue you.
No.
Though
Yeah.
I remember, there was a time for, especially anybody getting in broadcasting now, that you would have to. We had a skimmer in the studio, right?
Sure.
You guys had the same thing.
It was
skimmer,
a cassette tape would record
the-
only when the mic was live.
Yeah, if you hit the mic, it started the tape recorder, and that's what it was. And if you had a really bad audition tape, it would be recorded on cassette, and they would send it raw, and you would get it. And I would throw those in the trash too. It's just like, this is Z107.2. I want to say, welcome back.
Because of the start and stop on the
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah. Some people would actually send those. I was a PD for a while. I remember that.
So near the end of like the skimmer days, before
Right.
you would put your tracks on CDs, I remember going into 2 meetings. I had one meeting with Robert Benjamin, who was the program director of WHFS 99.1.
Right.
And then I had another meeting with Jay Stevens, and I was with Chad, and we were sitting in Jay Stevens' office, who at that point was the program director for WPGC, right?
Okay.
And he was
Yep.
the interim program director for an alt rock station, so a hip hop station and an alt rock station. And I remember him sitting there and telling us, he said, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "We're just learning how to do a show, man. We're 23 and 24 years old.
What are you doing?
What are we doing?"
You know, it's funny
my
when you
God.
mentioned how bad it is to play an air check on the air just to make fun of it. That's what got me banned from my college station. I read applications from the freshmen and
Right.
made fun of how. What I loved is
That wasn't even relevant then.
Why do you want to be a part of WVCW? And I was reading them and making fun of them. And
Oh, my God.
It got me banned. I got fired and kicked off the air.
Who is the name he still hates?
Robert
his program
Fleskes.
director? You still hate your program
I have
director.
only had one vivid dream of killing a person once, and it was him. I could feel his head crushing in my hands. The dream was very vivid.
I am looking back. There are general managers that I wish nothing but ill will towards.
Sure.
But I don't think there are any program directors that I really can't stand. I dislike all of them equally, but I don't hate them. You know, and to be honest with you,
They all have the
every
same
sing-
taste, don't they? I mean, like a
Well, no, they're
medicine-y
all-
taste.
Yeah, they all taste bad. They all taste very, very
I
bad.
feel though
Some of the ones that were mocked more, Smokey Rivers comes to mind.
Hey, man.
Because he liked being on the radio so bad.
Yeah.
And the funniest promo that we still mock to this day was when he recorded a promo because the station was having signal issues, and the promo said, "If you're having trouble receiving WAVA," and the fact is, well, if you were having trouble receiving it, you wouldn't hear his promo.
You're not going to hear the promo. Exactly.
And then there was Matt Farber, who liked Neil Diamond, went on to MTV, and he had kind of a giggle. He was a little germ, but he was a lovable little germ.
But you know what?
Really was.
He really was responsible for destroying MTV. Because didn't he invent the block party?
He might have, yeah.
Where
he might
they
have, yeah.
started doing music based on genre. And
There was
that's when
Mark
it got
St. John.
segmented, and
Mark
that's what ruined it,
St.
yeah.
John was somebody who was kind of a bookish guy that was just very strange and
Bookish
very.
is not a
well,
good word for a PD.
The program directors have always straddled the line between DJ-dom and the corporate world, and some of them would be DJs who loved the corporate world.
Yep.
Loved the suits, loved being in the boardroom like that,
Ding.
but also still wanted to be a DJ. And then there was Chuck Beck, who was more DJ than suit,
Right.
but a real hump. And he had a guy, Brian Bridgman, who was like, he brought a henchman with him.
Oh, God.
So he had a built-in henchman who was the music
Igor.
director.
He had Igor.
Oh, God. Brian Bridgman was just like, yeah. So many guys like that in radio. I remember that, and I'm trying to think of other ones that
You
I
were
had.
a PD and a general manager, or were you just a PD?
No, I was what was called, well, when you get two radio stations, I was the group PD, otherwise I was
a cluster.
the operations manager, and I hated it.
Because
Went
it's
for
really,
it.
Well, of course, you have to go for
Well,
it.
I was
Can't say
20.
no.
I think I was 24 or 25.
Oh, man.
And I walked into Sid Abel's office, my general manager's office, who would be like, Sid didn't spend money on anything, and we'd have a tape cartridge that
Don't
was worth
spend
like
money.
75 cents. And I said, Sid, I need 10 new carts, and he's like, oh, God, you're killing me, man. But the thing, I lobbied for it.
How much
Jack-
did carts cost then?
Oh, they were like $1.25. It's like, oh, God. Oh, you're killing me. You really do. You know, and like you'd be playing a music, it's like, Brandy, you're a fine, you know. And then we needed a new cart. You know, we needed a new cart. He didn't want to buy them. You know, and they had two radio stations. So, but I walked in and I lobbied for that job after Jack Diamond quit, and then Chuck Dickman quit. Like within 2 weeks of each other, I said, Mike O'Mara, opportunity knocks, and I took the job, and man,
Is that? Did you know
hated it.
beforehand that it is? And you know what? I will give the program director title this. It is a really tough job because you're bridging two different worlds, and
Right.
you've got to be totally dead center if you want it to work right.
It's also a thankless job.
It is a thankless job. You're never going to get anyone who likes you on either side.
Yeah.
Did you know when you lobbied for it how miserable it was going to be?
You know what? I realized that it was going to be tough. I hated scheduling. That was the worst thing. That was the Mac Daddy of all bad
Well, because you're dealing
things.
with disc jockeys.
It was terrible. It was firing sucked, but firing in by the end of my tenure on Valentine's Day, 1980, it was called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
remember this,
because
yeah.
I fired 4 guys in one day, and they were all guys that were just a pain in the ass.
Sure.
And I finally had backup that I could bring in my own guys, and I would have to unload all these other guys. And it was difficult, but it was joy. I am still friends with Larry Wax, and I fired him. And Larry said, "Well, I'm not going to quit." I said, "All right, give me your keys." And then that was it. that was the way that worked. But scheduling, I told this story the other day. My greatest moment of scheduling was I had a weekend. You would hire the kids on the weekend.
Sure.
You would hire weekend DJs, real baby DJs on the weekend. And I get a call. We signed on, I think the AM or the FM, I forgot, at like 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And we wouldn't broadcast at night. It was not 24 hours. We would sign on when the license would kick in, and that's when we would sign on. So I would need a disc jockey there on a Saturday morning at 5:30. And there was a little weather that came through, somewhat of a little freezing rain that was coming in.
An ice
And
event.
I got a call at 4:15 in the morning. I got a call from the disc jockey's mother. Who said
That is crucial.
said Tommy or whatever his name, Tommy will not be able to make it into it. We're really a little concerned about him going over the Bay Bridge. And I said, well, like I said, I can certainly understand that. I said I would be a little concerned about that as well. And it's very difficult. It's the weather's really tough out there. I said, but I drive in this stuff all the time. And
at one point, you
suppose-
lived across the bridge, so you know.
I lived across.
Yeah, you know.
At that point. I lived
Yeah.
across the bridge,
Sure.
and I was going to have to go across the bridge to make it into work. I said, well, I can understand that. That's very, very difficult. And so, look, you tell him, is he sleeping now? And she said, yes, he is. I said, oh, I understand that. That's fine. Well, listen, why don't you tell him that I'll go in and I'll do the shift. It's a scary bridge for me this morning too, but I've done it a few times. And she's like, oh, that's wonderful. I said, great. Now listen. Also, when he gets up this morning, just give him one other message. Say, yeah, what's that? I said, tell him he's fired. I was so pissed off. I was so pissed
That bait
off.
and switch always gets me.
great.
Yes, it was very difficult. Anyway, we'll take a break. Rob Spiewak had himself a weekend of the theater. And we will visit that and many other subjects coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show as I try desperately to go fix my air conditioner. I'll be right back.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Perkins.
And I'm Dick Butkus.
And on this week's episode of the show, we have another Dick.
How big is he in show
Now
business?
listen, folks, this is serious. Dick Cavett is on the show this week.
It doesn't get any better than
It
that.
does not. Also, Gary applies for a job as a mattress salesman.
I did not.
He does. Check it out. TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the Tony Perkins Show app.
I'll buy a T-shirt.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Stamps.com. Hey, everybody, sometimes it feels like there aren't enough hours in the day. Even if you work from before 9 to way after 5, trips to the post office steal your time and put you behind. Luckily, there is a better way. It's Stamps.com, the better way to buy postage. With Stamps.com, you get the postage you need the minute you need it, right at your own desk. Just use your own computer and printer to buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package. Fast and easy. Stamps.com is a fraction of the cost of one of those expensive postage meters, and you'll get special postage discounts that you can't even get at the post office. We have used Stamps.com for years, and we adore it. Right now, you can use our code TMOS for this special offer, a 4-week trial, plus a $110 bonus offer that includes postage and a digital scale. Get started with Stamps.com today. Within minutes, you'll be printing postage from your own desk. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in TMOS. That's Stamps.com and TMOS. You will never have to go to the post office again. All right, Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
We gave Rob an incredible hard time, as we always do on every show. We did that last week when it came to theater, because Rob, being the overzealous theater parent that he is, was planning on attending 14 performances.
14 is over the top, Mike. You know that's
of his
not
daughter
right.
in Greece.
Best dad ever.
And it's not Grease. It's The Wiz.
It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's it. She played Dr. Frankenfurter.
The Outsiders.
It was not The Outsiders. It was The Wiz.
Cats.
No, they did. It was the Jewish
By the way,
version
the
of
heating and
Cats.
air conditioning people are coming at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
That'll be good. Are they bringing a bag of ice?
Thank you. Thank you so very much. No, so she was going to be in The Wiz.
Yes.
Which is ridiculous anyway. For
And I found out why
white
they
kids
chose
from
it.
The
I
suburbs.
found out why they chose it. It is a very ill-chosen, dated musical with a medium to okay score, but they were hoping for a much bigger splash when NBC did The Wiz Live. Remember when they did that?
They were trying to coordinate their programming with a major network.
Exactly. It was synergy.
That's right, Mike.
Synergy, baby.
A major broadcast network is going to do it, so we're going to do it.
And you know what? It might have worked if it was maybe Grease, which had a great response on Fox, or when they did the Sound of Music was a big deal. But The Wiz kind of fell flat on NBC, and they were married to doing it. So that's why they did this show that I would call, at best, a timepiece, a relic. It was the jokes very much skew mid to early 70s, and the music is very disco. But you asked about earlier.
I'm gonna ease on down the road.
So you want to meet a wizard?
Okay.
But there was a 30.
I just wanted to do that.
I like doing it, and I didn't like him doing it. That's me. It's just like the golf game. You know what they say in the golf game? You're out there, it's like, you say, man, I missed that shot right. Nobody cares. You want to do your own thing, but you don't want anybody else to. It's the way it works.
But you know what? I was very impressed with this. It was entirely student-run, student-built.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the Lion King.
But it would have fit it.
Meow.
You could have put it in there.
They both had lions in them.
They did. And, Mike, you want to make sure you memorize all your lines. There was 32 pieces in the orchestra. I moved on. You know, I bailed on that one myself.
That was supposed to be a joke?
You're not allowed to play.
God.
He's only got energy for certain things today.
How dare you?
Okay, you saw 4 performances.
I saw 3, actually.
Why
Because there was
3?
4. Because
But you were at 4 of them.
I was at 4. The show, I was actually a little nervous on the first night.
As you should be.
because
Your
there
daughter's in it.
And
Yeah.
also, Julia is so closed about what she's doing in the show. I knew very little about what to expect for seeing her on the stage. I knew kind of what she was doing. And so imagine my shock when the curtain opens and within a minute and a half, she's on the stage dancing with another girl doing a little
by
dance
herself?
step.
I mean, it's just her
there's
and another girl?
3.
The
It
two
was
of them?
eventually it was 3, but it started out with just 2 of them. And so
So she didn't tell you what her role was going to be in the music?
Nothing.
She's not the sharing type of type of daughter, I imagine.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think she's nervous and she doesn't want to build up what to expect. I mean,
she played it close to the vest, though.
Yeah.
She didn't let you know.
I knew she had a
that's
solo.
kind of unusual, though. Would you admit to that?
Oh, for a Spiewak, absolutely.
I mean, no, it's usually share.
And I think that is very common among theater
And
folks.
Madonna.
Madonna. I knew she had a solo, but I didn't know where. And so it was, it was nerve-wracking as a
She's
parent.
got a great voice. I've heard her voice. She's got a wonderful voice.
And so opening night, I saw a lot of nerves on stage and, a little bit of creakiness among the cast.
What row were you in?
We actually we bought assigned seats like in the maybe 12th row.
When did you purchase your seat?
When they were available online some weeks ago.
The first day.
I'm sure, yeah. But you know what? You got to put that on Carrie because I had nothing
When
to do
did
with
you
it.
arrive at the theater?
For a 7:00 curtain, 6:55.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, you
because
have
we had
assigned
assigned seating.
seating.
There's no reason to hang out.
All right.
But then we
Just like the theaters.
But then we moved to the handicapped seats because they had more room, and it wasn't a big selling
Don't
night.
you embarrass yourself.
So
with that.
but when you go to the handicapped seats, each of us, we each had an aisle, so it was nice.
Old Wheels rolls down, is like, oh, I guess
would've
somebody
moved.
else that's handicapped
I
is there.
would've
I'm going to
moved.
turn
Did anybody
around
give
and
you
roll
a look?
myself up.
Did anybody give you a look when you did that?
They just and then I said, "What's the problem?" They said, "You're just so handsome."
Don't you have any shame?
I have no shame. But you know what? It wasn't the only.
By the way, I got a cortisone shot in my hip. And,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why I can't feel my knee.
Oh,
I can't feel my knee when I'm with you.
I think that's natural at first.
You think it's normal?
Yeah. You just numbing up.
All right, thank you.
Num.
Appreciate it. All right, thank you.
Num-nums.
Go ahead.
So-
Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
The first night was good, but I thought they were nervous. The second night was Friday night. I actually went by myself because, as we mentioned on the bonus show, Carrie went to Norfolk
wedding.
to see my nephew graduate.
Yes.
And so I was there. And
The one you don't like.
No, love him. God, this is a tough room today. And it was fantastic. The show was absolutely
So
wonderful.
they killed on Friday, okay on Thursday.
Yeah, but they absolutely murdered it on Friday night. It was a blast. Saturday night, Carrie and I had to go and work the merchandise table. So, and I didn't realize this. I thought we'd be selling, when she said we'll be selling
Sweatshirts,
merchandise.
T-shirts.
I thought it would be like
hats.
candy and popcorn, but they really do have like Tuscarora Theater sweatshirts,
Oh.
T-shirts, hats. They're selling roses there to give.
Roses?
To give to the performers. All this stuff. And
What's
it's
the markup?
High.
What's one rose cost?
I think I believe they got their roses at Costco, and I
course.
think they are 2 dozen for $20 about.
What's the markup though?
One rose, $3.
Oh,
so they're getting $36 on a $19 investment, so they're doing pretty good as far as that goes. They had the credit card block and everything, so
Yeah.
we're selling, and
Square,
it's
PayPal.
going okay. They're selling cast photos and.
Cast photos.
Yeah, like a big.
People didn't used to love their kids as much as they love them now. when I
No,
was in high
it's
school, Mike.
amazing. Cast photos. This is a big deal.
Yep.
This is a big deal
Yeah.
now. Big deal, Wade.
Don't I pay like what is it, the glamour shots for that when my kid's in school?
You don't pay anything, Oscar, as you recall, because you're too selfish to have a child.
I pay taxes. I'm paying.
That's all he
I'm
needs
paying
to
for
pay.
all your kids.
Yeah, because my
Wow.
kids go to school in D.C.
No,
Is
it's
that
a
how that
federal
works?
government, and they're off juicing off that teat as well.
Yeah, the federal government production of The Wiz. So everything
It's all
is going
trickle down.
well, and you know what? I actually am enjoying myself because as you know, I have a retail background, and you know what? I can hear the show through the doors. I say, Carrie, you know what? During the show, why don't you go in and watch it because you didn't see it last night, and I'll just guard the merchandise table. So it was kind of fun,
Was there any other parent that could do this? Was there any other parent that could handle the merchandise table?
Yeah, but the thing is you have to sign up you have to volunteer
you
for
have
something.
Where were the
like-
Chubbixes? Were the they couldn't man the merchandise
Chubbix
table?
didn't have anyone in the show, so the Chubbix didn't need to do any volunteer work.
Got it. I understand.
But the
what
Chubbix
was,
came on Sunday.
what was at the merchandise table?
Let's see, ladies' tees, unisex tees.
Panties.
Yes, but my brand new ones.
Brand new. In the box. Still in the box.
And then sweatshirts, cast photos, roses, Land of Oz sunglasses, which says to me the prop department overbought, just like the ones on stage, and stuff like that. And everything is going great, and I'm enjoying dealing with the average person that's coming up and saying
Yes.
all this stuff. And they said a lot of people came up and said, "Do you have someone in the show?" I said, "Yeah, my daughter is Julia," and we said, "Oh, well, my daughter plays the Blue Witch or whatever." And we had some nice talk. And it was nice.
Right.
Then, during intermission, a woman that I can best describe as an orb with a crew cut comes up to the merchandise table. This is a round woman. She's walking with a cane, and she's got that fetching, really short hair that some women seem to enjoy.
Is this the altercation?
Yes. And she says
We're
to
going
me,
to take a break.
Oh, we
Rob
are?
gets into a fight. Rob gets into a fight. I love it when there's conflict. We're going to take a break, and we will continue this story, plus a review of the show from you, an honest review. I want a review of The Wiz.
You bet.
All right? We'll take a break, come back with more. This is the Mike O'Mara Show.
Worst is yet to come, but at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know. This I know.
I want to open up my Facebook if I can for a second here, because I don't know if it's in here. There was a lady.
A lady
that was talking about Facebook. No, it was actually on the fan page. And this woman is such a supporter of our show that she mentioned the fact that she spent over $20,000 on Amazon for her business through the Mike O'Mara
Thank you,
show.
lady.
Nice lady.
Thank you, lady. You think I should have jotted that one down?
I'll find it, Mike.
I probably should.
Mike,
You do the read, I'll find it.
We exist in a business of vagueness.
Yes, I do. It's very vague, but it was wonderful. We're talking about supporting the Mike O'Mara Show fan page. It's absolutely incredible. And all you have to do is shop Amazon through our portal. Anytime you purchase something through our Amazon link, we get a tiny percentage. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it's the best and easiest way for you to support this show. Save time, save money, and make us smile. That's the most important thing of all. All you have to do is bookmark our Amazon link and use it like crazy. Remember, if you need it or want it, Amazon has it. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click Amazon on our website or use the TMOS app and click the shopping cart. Go ahead, Oscar
Christy
Santana.
Jordan.
Yay, Christy!
Christy Jordan, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so
way to
much.
go. Nice pull. I like that. It's Amazon. Now back to the Mike O'Mara Show with Mr. Rob Spiewak, who was at the Wiz, and you're at the merchandise table. Now, once again, they have sweatshirts,
T-shirts, cast photos, flowers, magnets.
Any food to take in, like peanut butter
that's-
cups or anything?
But that's the refreshment table. That's a whole nother deal.
They're not going to put them at the food.
They had
vending machine.
because I would eat it all.
No, it's just, you don't put crack cocaine in front of an addict.
So I would eat it all. That's what he's saying. He wasn't quite man enough to own up to the joke, but he still told the joke.
So
and
you're
before you
selling-
ask, popcorn, hot dogs, candies, baked goods, sodas, and water.
Hot dogs.
$2.
Oh, I'd go to all 4 shows then.
Oh, God.
I'm
Hot
not
dog.
sure. You know what?
Hot
I'm not
dog.
sure I'd go for an elementary school hot dog.
Oh, man. Well, it
They
depends
sort
on
of-
how they were prepared.
It's high school, right?
Because you're right. I'm sorry. A public school hot dog.
Are
I
they
should say.
like in the stainless steel urine water? Is that how they?
You see, the hot dogs had an air of mystery. I saw
really?
them pop the popcorn in the popcorn machine, where it
That's
comes.
okay.
And that's I saw them serve it up. And of course,
Right.
the baked goods are donated by families and stuff
Where
like
do the
that.
do the hot dogs come
The
from?
hot
Some
dogs
mommy's kitchen.
just sort of appeared from a back room wrapped in foil.
Oh, maybe they were the school ones that weren't eaten on Friday.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
They buy
Here,
in bulk.
try
Mike.
these.
Hot dog surprise.
My stomach, I got cramps.
Oh, it's burning.
Anyway,
It's
it's
burning.
burning. It burns.
So
But you're selling the merch.
the merch. And you know what? I think to really set the table for this, I had a slight reputation that preceded me when I sold tickets for Grease. I yelled at some kids that were there was some horseplay and grab ass in the lobby.
What's the reputation?
And there was a complaint brought to one of the directors that the man selling tickets is vile.
Wow. Did you really yell?
that's
Did you
fun.
really
I did.
scream?
I didn't scream.
What were they doing? Playing grab ass?
Horseplay and grab ass. And I said, hey,
Fun,
hey,
in other words.
Yeah.
none of that in here. Take it outside.
I'd be scared.
Wow.
Did you have your
That
Fu
is
Manchu
scary.
then?
No, I think shaved head look then.
Okay.
Still, so
Because that Sons of Anarchy look he had for a little while was really intimidating.
yeah,
Very scary.
But so
Very,
I was
very
called.
scary.
I was called vile, and I said to the director, "I'm sorry."
That vile man yelled at my daughter.
The director said, "That's okay. I don't think you're really that vile." So she kind of let me off the hook. So
Right.
anyway, the merchandise is going well. There's a lot of nice, conversation, and we're moving some
Is
stuff.
your inner retailer taking charge? Do you try
Yeah, you
to
upselling?
hawk do you upsell?
I do.
Like what? So I'm there for a T-shirt,
Right.
And you can tell I'm a little chintzy. And how do you sell me up?
I said, well, you know what? Well, we've got a couple T-shirt options here. What's really cool is that we have actually the cast T-shirt that is green, has the Wiz logo, and we can get it signed by the cast for you.
Oh, whoa.
And if you don't bite on that, I say, and do you have a flower for, you have someone in the show? Do you have someone in the show?
I do.
Do you have a flower for them?
I don't.
Oh, we got flowers right here. And also, there's another thing. Is it,
How much is the flower if I just want to buy the flower? How much is that, sir?
$3 for a flower, 2 for $5.
2 for $5.
You might want to go for 2 because we have orange and pink. They look great together.
Is there a discount if I buy the sweatshirt, T-shirt, the panties, and the flowers?
Actually, we can round down.
Okay. How about that Vile Man T-shirt?
The Vile Man. Mike, it's the Vile Man cargo shorts.
The Vile Man cargo shorts.
What do
with
the
the
T-shirts
ponytail.
go for?
The T-shirts, I think the cast shirts were 18 and the Tuscarora shirts were 20. Sweatshirts were 35.
What? That's okay. That's T-shirts, normal T-shirt.
You know what? Paul McCartney could take a page from that. That's a very generous price right there.
Let's just be
Those
real
are almost
careful
concert
about.
prices.
But they're not.
Well, yeah, they're not. I think we should probably be very careful about discussing T-shirt prices on this.
Oh,
show. Thank you.
we're a flegic podcast. We can
I
mark them up
understand.
all we want.
Okay.
It's a donation, for God's sakes.
Do you think
The Mike O'Mara Show T-shirts, $55.
That's right. And Mike O'Mara Show panties.
Panties. I think I want to sell panties.
Signed panties.
Right. I want to sell panties, thong panties,
Don't think our
green
demographic
thong
is
panties
going
with
to
yellow
use
lettering
those.
that says Pony was here.
You know what? I think with our listeners, the yellow lettering will be provided aftermarket.
Shouldn't it
that's
be Pony
nasty.
wasn't here?
Yeah,
He
Pony,
really is.
Pony will
That's
never
more
be here.
realistic.
Yeah.
Pony wasn't here.
Pony will
Let's
never
be
be here
honest.
because of a lack of effort. So this orb rolls
Let's
up.
talk about the hedgehog.
She looks kind of like BB-8.
She looks like who?
BB-8, the round droid.
Star Wars.
Oh, the
Star
droid.
Wars
Okay.
movie.
She's rolling towards the merch table.
And I
Give
said,
me an estimate of the. Slow down. I've got a lot of questions.
All right.
You got all the time in the world. Give me an estimate of the age.
the age, I would say 52.
Okay. All right. 52. That's usually. No, I think I've alerted everybody to the alarm a little bit too much today.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
simply going to say by 52, many of us have established the fact that we made the choice to let ourselves go.
You know what? That's just a quiet one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So she
They can
comes
still
up.
dish it. It's like you, the way that you attack people, especially when they're the hedgehog or the BB-8 coming
Yeah.
your way. And if people who have never listened to the show before would probably think, man, that guy must be really good looking and really in shape. Right?
Yeah, well, I do the same thing, so I'm guilty too.
You guys attack.
But we you know what? We pick on ourselves too. So
Very
we
We
do.
do,
true.
and each other occasionally. I know
Right,
it's happened.
exactly.
No
All the
instances come to
You've
mind.
heard it. Yeah.
So she comes up to the merchandise table during intermission, and she just sort of looks at me. And at this point, Carrie is to my right selling flowers to another Mark. And so I think as the person at the table, I should raise the conversation and start it. And I say, how are you? And she says, oh, hi. And I said,
Did you raise the eyebrows
yeah.
like that?
I said, can I help you? She says, are you faculty?
Oh.
And I said, no, I'm a parent. Do you have someone in the show? No, I don't. But you and I said, okay, again, can I help you? She says, and you're not faculty. Do you work for the county?
Oh.
I said, no, just selling merchandise. And really, you
All
said
right,
it.
now,
I'm in
hold on.
retail mode now, so I'm still
Okay.
happy,
But
smiling.
let me ask you this. Do you as I am from hearing you relay the story, I am instantly getting a troublemaker vibe here.
I'm not there yet,
Okay,
and I
all
should
right.
have been.
Is
I
it
should have
Wade Byard?
been. It's not Wade Byard. He
I
didn't
sure
make
hope you'd like to buy a T-shirt. This
Didn't
is
make
Wade Byard.
didn't make the show this time.
Yeah, thank you.
She said, and you're not faculty and you're not county. I said, no, I'm just volunteering. Now, what can I do for you? And she says,
Did you have a tone when you said
no, just as pleasant as can
Do
be.
you
that-
have a tone
well,
now? Do you realize you have a tone right
Do
now?
you
when
realize
say
you have a
this?
tone now?
Yes.
Because the way you said that screams a-hole
Yeah.
to me. No, I'm just volunteering. Now, what do you want?
Okay, then let me try and more
What's your
accurately
you know how
recreate.
my mom, when she talks to Larry, she's like happy and
Yeah,
sweet and
it's
affable.
more like, I said, no, you know what? I'm just volunteering. That's all. Just here
yeah, you're
volunteering.
very kind. That's
Yeah.
better. It's better. Better.
Can I help you? She says, what do you think of those tax cuts?
Jeez.
And I
Oh,
said,
so she's a crazy.
and I said, I'm sure I don't know what you mean. And I believe that's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm sure I don't know what
My
you mean.
wife handles the finances.
She says, $18 million out of the school budget, and you're not doing a thing about it.
Oh,
so she's a whack
God.
job.
And I said,
Oh my God.
you know what?
Is the level of her voice at scene level?
Good question. Great question.
halfway there.
Okay.
And it's creeping up. And I said,
Besides the bowling ball and the robot, give me a facial reference. Who's the celebrity she might resemble?
Remember Pat Carroll?
Really? Super short man hair?
Yeah, exactly. A crew
And
cut.
just
a
round
literal crew
and
cut.
nasty and angry and mean, but crazy too.
Crazy. And the thing is when she came up, she didn't throw off an air of mean and not even of crazy, just of unfortunate looks.
So she's crazy.
Yeah, and I said, I don't know anything about that. Is there anything you'd like to buy?
Taxes? What are taxes?
We've got lots, but she's citing a particular.
I know, I
instance.
understand.
And so do you have anything you'd like to purchase? She says, nothing I want to purchase. I want to know what you think about these taxes and the cuts. It's not fair to everyone involved. And now her voice is up, and I said, I don't know. And now I'm a little agitated.
Didn't you play a clip from her yesterday? Didn't you play a clip from that woman that was talking about
I did. I actually
a
have
particular like old time movie? Well, they called them cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Didn't this woman actually appear in that film? And it was interesting because after Rob had the exchange about not buying the T-shirt, this woman suddenly wanted to talk about movies, not just taxes.
And it's a shame I don't have the tape today. I had the tape yesterday.
All right, you're not supposed to have everything.
Let me say this, that you're a far better man than I am, because once she starts getting into that, at that point, I just want to have them move along. So I would say, hey, there's actually a meeting at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and it's in Auditorium C.
You made up something?
That's what I would do.
And I said, ma'am, again, I really don't know
Get there
anything
early.
about it, so I can't comment to it. And at this point, Carrie has come over next to me because she's heard something going on.
She hears you. You're in distress.
And again, the lady brings it up, and she says, it just seems to me that someone who's in a position that you're in should know something about the taxes. And I said, at this level and with this tone, ma'am, I'm just here to sell things. I don't know anything about the taxes.
So
I'd be
nervous.
really glad to
love
help
it.
you out. And other than that, have a great day. And Carrie, at this point, now has grabbed my arm.
Yeah, because she's there. She's worried.
And it's loud. It's the intermission. It's in the lobby.
Yeah.
But my voice is carrying.
Yes.
And
this is what she said
You've been
after.
out of your room.
Oh, here she is.
No, I haven't.
This is Rob.
Oh, my little ceramic penguin in the study always faces due south.
Can you hear this okay?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
perfect.
Ceramic penguin.
Is this what you're looking for?
I'm sorry. Okay.
That was her. I said, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wilkes. Or Ms. Wilkes.
By the way, was she sad after that? Was she sad after you, you know?
Well, I think
after you
there's,
did
I
that?
believe some tape says she is, yeah.
The rain. Sometimes it gives me the blues.
We need that in your machine. Please.
I only love the writer part of Paul Sheldon. But now I know I love the rest of him too.
Yeah, she's so sad. She loved you, Rob. She
I know.
wanted to have an
Well,
exchange
that's,
with
you know, some people say I love you in different ways.
Exactly.
And so after I've raised my voice, she's kind of looking at me, not jaw agape, but I think she wasn't expecting me to raise my voice at her. And then because Carrie grabbed me on the arm, I said, and ma'am, I think we're done here. Enjoy the second part of the whiz.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you a serious question. Is
Yeah.
there security around? So you can be like, hey,
No, there was not. There's some
whack
teachers.
job on aisle 7.
No, it's just, you know, an occasional grown up around.
Can
for teachers.
anyone go to the show? You don't have to be
Well, you
affiliated
have
with
to,
the
you
school?
have to buy a ticket.
I don't think that's safe.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think that's
Right?
it's kind of scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, she looked unbalanced, and it was quite upsetting, and I lost my edge for a second.
And you
But
lost
then-
the sale.
But yeah, but then I was right back.
Did she
and sold
refer to
another
you as
t-shirt.
vile at any time?
No, that was only at the other show. I think she would call me horribly uninformed.
So
and
how
not
did
concerned about her
give us a
taxes.
review?
Yeah,
Give us
give
a
us the
review.
playbill.
How many bald heads do you give it?
Out of how many?
5.
I'd say I'd give it 4 bald heads, 4 shiny
That's
bald
not
heads.
what you said
And-
before the show.
No, you're lying. You're lying. I said on Friday.
What did he say? What did he really say?
I told him on Friday it was a tough watch because of the opening night jitters. Overall, the show was a 4-star show. I said they had a rough opening night. Yeah.
4 stars?
Mm-hmm.
4 stars.
One star short of perfect.
Yeah. That's true.
In high school.
But that's overall. I would say that it was a 2 bald head choice of show for the high school.
Right.
I'd say it was a really badly chosen show for a school to do. I think the music,
How did your daughter like the experience? Did she enjoy it?
She killed.
Now that is
I saw Mike. She
That's
did kill.
and I'll send you a video after the show so you can see
seen.
her.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Seen
That
the
would be
video.
great.
But the thing that
And I'm kidding, Rob, by the way. I think it's great that kids do this. My kids
3
did it.
bald heads.
My kids still do. And Catherine's in New York this week.
the thing that was so impressive to me about it is that Julia, who was so sort of quiet about it during the process, and it was a 4-month production. I mean, they started this a long time ago. She is now applying to be in theater groups next year already. She enjoyed the experience
sweet.
so much.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, and
The happy and sad faces.
she's tried a
4
lot.
months is a long time to put a show together.
Yeah, but this is all
Usually it's like 6 weeks.
this is entirely student done. Down to costume design and building the
Directing?
sets and everything. The one is they have a teacher director, and that's the only adult that's involved.
Pull the short straw.
And
By the last, was it a Sunday matinee? Was it
Yeah,
a Sunday matinee?
Sunday matinees.
Were you pretty much done by the Sunday matinee? I mean, were you tired of watching?
I
No,
can tell
you
you that-
like it. You love it. Tell
He
the truth.
loves
I can tell you
loving
this:
his kids.
I was not over it, and we all have songs we were whistling on the way out.
Okay, so you dug it.
I
That's
really
good.
did, and you know what? I would tell you any warts or thorns that were there.
I
but-
can't. Oscar's face is making me laugh. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, that's 'cause he's
Well,
ugly.
it's what I didn't have growing up, Mike. You know,
Right, I
didn't
know.
have
You
I didn't have
education,
I was
English,
just
music.
I was just getting yelled at. I
I know.
was just getting pushed.
You didn't have the parental participation
All I got,
that
all I
Rob's
did
kids have,
was
so it's
beat
jealousy.
beat me, and yell at me, and look how he turned out.
Mike,
Successful.
there's a lot to be learned from that.
Oh my God! Well,
Yes,
congratulations,
let us do
Julia.
look how he turned out.
Congratulations on the whiz. I think that's wonderful, and I'm happy for her.
Very,
and I'm happy
very
for
proud of
you.
her. Thank
and that lady, did you happen to see her after the show at all? Was she hanging around,
Or
or was she in the wind?
She was selling smokes by the fence.
She was gone. You never saw her again,
Never
right?
saw her again. And the thing is if I'd seen her, I would have not had a hard time catching up with her. She was not particularly agile. But it was a very, very weird thing. Oh, and by the way, another question that you posed to me in the bonus show. I
Yes.
do believe I was the only parent that was there for all 4 shows.
Oh, there you go, Rob.
There it is.
Now there were
Uber
some volunteers that were there because they were doing things that were there for all 4 shows.
Work
but
release.
as far as yes, all they need is 8 more hours, and
Right.
they get the sign out of their yard. But the as far as someone viewing the show, I think I was the only one there for certainly the only dad that was only there for.
Well,
4
good
shows.
for you.
Yeah,
I
she'll
say
remember that
bully.
forever.
Well, congratulations.
Bully.
She was openly happy, and for a 15-year-old girl, that doesn't happen much. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
All
it.
right, that's good. Congratulations. I'm
smother
glad you
them
had a
while they're
good time.
young.
That's right.
The last thing I want to say, I went to my Civil War surgeon today, and he basically told me that I do not need to have the operation to get a new hip at this juncture in time. He gave me a cortisone shot, and all I can tell
So
you
no
is that
operation for you, Mike?
I probably no operation. The cortisone shot that I received about a little over an hour ago, and the outside of my left leg is completely numb. I'm not sure how the hip feels,
You
but
just gotta, you probably have to sit on a heating pad.
Could be.
To let the cortisone actually.
there's no instruction that says sit
Mike,
on a
I'm
heating
telling
pad.
you, I've been through this before because we know we do some home remedies in the Santana household.
That's right.
Will you ask one of your people if
I know
getting
this
a hip
already.
cortisone shot will
What if his
should
people
go
want a
into
Bolivian?
almost down near the knee, which is where it's numb.
The heat is going to allow the liquid or the cortisone to spread.
And the good news
Well,
is
it has spread. It's spread into my knee, and I'm not sure I like that. I want it to be in my goddamn hip. That's what I'm freaking out about.
No, the
Oscar.
nurse of the doctor. Did they put it in your cheek? Left cheek, right cheek?
They put it in the. I think I'm not sure where they
Hip?
put it in. No, right in the front of my hip. Right in the front of my hip.
So when I had
What was that ooh for? What was that for? Why did you
just
say that?
seems
Well, because-
very
well,
sexy.
Yeah, Pony's got a rager right now.
Okay.
really
It's
into
not
that.
sexy.
You're his
It's
hero.
not sexy
I'm talking
at
about your hip.
freaking out a little bit here
So
with my 90
I will call
degree
a doctor
studio.
when the show is over.
Thank
but
you.
I recall that happening to me is because some of the
You got a cortisone shot like in your shoulder?
Yeah, I'll get one just when I'm not feeling
and
so hot.
And it radiated down into the arm or
Yes,
something like that?
yes.
It happened to you?
Yes.
And
And
it
I had to
goes
put a
away?
heating pad on there, and then that diluted the actual cortisone shot
The
or the
good
liquid.
news is that right now your entire house is a heating pad.
And it could be touching a nerve. It could be touching a nerve that in turn would cause your need to feel numb right now.
Okay, so but it's gonna go away.
It's going to go away.
subside, yes.
All
And
right,
if the air conditioning isn't on, just hang out for a little while and it'll go away.
That's true.
All right, thank you very much.
And
All
later
right,
on, Mike,
just
we'll all
checking.
go to the tiki bar and we'll all do cortisone shots.
You have to understand, I am so excited. If this is my solution for now, I'll take it.
You're
I'll
back,
take modern.
baby.
That's
I'll
right.
take modern medicine. If this gets me moving better, I'm very, very happy about that. Bordering on feeling like kind of a wuss when he looked at me and said, "It's not severe arthritis. It's just a little bit. It doesn't look like it's a surgical situation right now." And I'm like,
That's
I feel like
awesome.
going, "BDB, man, baby, man, baby."
It's
That's
not like
me.
you were screaming for 2 hips last week.
Yeah, I was exactly. I went in there going, "Please cut me wide open and give me 2."
Yeah, Mike was on Amazon looking for them. But the good news is, Mike, you're back on the needle.
Yes, absolutely. Very exciting. Just hit my thigh. We'll take a break. I'm such a mess. We'll take a break. Come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi, this is the Internet's Steve Mermelstein. Perhaps you know me from the Americast, where Marcus Serta serves as my sidekick. But I'm here to tell you about another podcast, Cake and Cookies. Cake and Cookies has Rob Spiewak and Katie Von Herman, and I never miss an episode. It's an important part of my well-balanced podcast listening diet. Besides, I love Katie, and Rob loves me. It's a strange love triangle, but you can truly feel the magic in the air. Cake and Cookies. Subscribe on iTunes or listen on the Tmos app. Mermelstein, out.
Cake and cookies. Rob and Katie. It's the Rob and Katie Show.
I miss Mermelstein.
That's interesting. Was there an overlap there or something like that? I mean, were those two separate elements where Mermelstein out gets like, forget it.
How do you layer them together? The magic.
It's the wall of Mermelstein. I learned it from Phil Spector.
But you know when he says Mermelstein out and then there was Cake and Cookie and it was over, right?
They might have touched.
Yeah, he's producing. He's actually promoting.
Are they?
I see what
guess,
you're saying.
Is that
I see what
one,
you're saying.
Is that? Do you know what? Am I
It's
asking
two
you
outs.
a
It's two
difficult
closes.
question here?
It's two closes. You have
play
a,
the
you have
end.
a close
Play the
by
end of the
Mermelstein.
promo. Play the end of the promo again.
Hi, this is
I
the
can't
Internet's
fast forward it.
Steve Mermelstein. Perhaps you know me from the
I'll take it again.
Americast, where Marcus Serta
Can you
serves
skip
as
ahead on
my
that?
sidekick.
I cannot. But I will tell you this: we're recording a new Cake and Cookies tonight, so everyone get excited.
Mike, let's hear it. It's coming back.
And Katie Von Herman. And
It's
I
right
never
where
miss an
Dude
episode.
Walker
It's an important
intersects with
It's coming up.
All right, here it
with
comes.
Mermelstein.
diet. Besides, I love Katie, and Rob loves me. It's a strange love triangle, but you can truly feel the magic in the air. Cake and Cookies. Subscribe on iTunes or listen on the TMOS app. Mermelstein.
Cake and cookies. Rob and Katie. It's the Rob and
All right,
Katie
that was
Show.
someone talking. It was not in the.
Oh, it was
promo.
probably me.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Old
that's all.
Fantana.
Welcome back to the Mike
Sorry.
O'Mara Show. Thank you. Sorry for taking that
my
minute
fault.
away from
I
you.
love hearing Steve.
ZipRecruiter. Attention business owners, are you hiring? I'm so embarrassed that I stopped the show for that. Do you know where to post your job opening to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place simply isn't enough to make sure you find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire that man. You need to post your job on all the top job sites, and now you can with ZipRecruiter.com. Post all your jobs to one site, and that will get total coverage even on social media like Facebook and Twitter. You can do it all with a single click, and this is an amazingly effective way to get that proper hire for you. You can find candidates in any city for any industry nationwide. Just post once and then watch your qualified candidates roll into ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No more juggling emails or phone calls to your office. ZipRecruiter lets you quickly screen candidates, rate them, and then hire the right person, and do it fast because it saves the time of going to all those different job sites. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 800,000 Right now, our listeners can post on ZipRecruiter for free. Let me swallow the saliva that's in my throat and do that again. Right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. That's ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. Try it absolutely free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. And hey, ladies and gentlemen.
News.
Boo.
My quick update.
Yes.
You're going to live. It's
Really?
exactly what I said. Have Carla massage your hip. That might be a bonus.
Nice.
And also,
Very
a
good.
heating pad will allow you, within 48 hours, you don't feel any better, then work.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're talking about the
cortisone shot.
The place where the numb part of my leg I put a heating
Yes.
pad on? Is
Yes.
that what I do? Okay, very
Yes.
good.
Okay.
A new study found the Cheesecake Factory is now America's favorite chain restaurant, which makes sense. Giant portions, every type of cuisine on one menu. Dessert is pretty much mandatory.
Sure, it's the Cheesecake Factory.
Not a fan.
Oh, you
Been
know what?
once, probably maybe twice.
Once?
Not a fan.
Been
Yeah.
twice, not
Oh,
impressed.
man.
Not
like
impressed.
30
No.
times.
You dig it. You dig
Oh,
the
yeah.
place. Too much sugar, too much sweet sauces, sweet sauces,
They
sweet,
offer
sweet,
so
sweet,
much
sweet. They do. They have a lot of variety. Maybe
But
the
it's
last
treat
time I was
day.
there was with my mom for, I think, a birthday brunch that we had for
I
her
remember that.
before my son was born. That's how long ago it
Wow.
was. Here's the top 10, although you might not know some of them, but don't worry, they're all expanding, and they'll be coming to your neighborhood soon.
Great.
Number 1, Chevy's Fresh Mex.
I've definitely
heard
been
of
there.
that.
Mm-hmm.
They have it in PG County.
You've been there. What do you think of it? Good?
Solid happy hours. A lot of drunk salespeople.
Isn't it
Okay,
called
very good.
Chevy's?
Chevy's.
Chevy's Fresh Mex. Number 9, Mellow Mushroom Pizza. I've never heard of that one.
I think there is one in Herndon. Is there not? I think I've seen it.
The Mellow
Oh.
Mushroom is actually, I think, is it a West Coast chain? It's a for stoners. I know that much.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
They love
something.
it.
Herndon, Virginia doesn't have chain restaurants. Anyway, number 8, 99 Restaurant and Pub. I've been there. 99
never
is New
been.
England. It's New England.
Ah.
And once again, I bring my mom up. She loved the chain restaurants. She used to like to go to 99, and they have a good lobster roll there. Up in New England, if you're in there, I recommend that chain highly. Number 7, it's lovely, the Olive Garden.
It's tough. After all the shtick we've done on Olive Garden here on the program,
Yeah.
it's tough to go back.
Remember, they don't put salt in their pasta water to make their pots last longer. Yay, Olive Garden.
Brabba's. Number 5, Romano's Macaroni Grill. Number 4, Red Lobster. Number 3, as they say down here, the old man that said, the Bonefish. Number 2, my daughters went on this kick for a while, the Melting Pot.
Oh, yeah.
Pricey.
God, get ready. Bring your checkbook.
Yeah, don't take a bad date. You're stuck
and,
for hours.
It's horrible. And low lighting, too, though, if you're ugly. The Cheesecake Factory is number 1. Well, I know these things. Sharon Osbourne skipped the talk yesterday, the day after news broke that she and Ozzy split up. A source says she's been pretty down, but she did spend Mother's Day with her children and grandchildren. Julie Chen addressed Sharon's absence on the show, saying, quote, Sharon understandably took today off. We are sending all of our love to her and to her family, and we ask that you do the same. Meanwhile, Ozzy issued a statement. No, Ozzy issued a statement defending his sobriety, but he was quiet on the issue of his fidelity. He said, quote, I've been sober for 3.25 years. I have not touched drugs or alcohol in that time. Any reports that I am not sober are completely inaccurate. But he didn't say anything about the cheating.
Anything about Jimmy's?
Nothing about Jimmy Cerrito. There were reports
Buy a
early-
brick for the expansion. It's called the Buffalo Wing.
Sharon! Tremendous progress. There were reports early yesterday that Ozzy was missing, which is ridiculous because he's a grown man. Either way, it was a false alarm. He was spotted leaving an office building in L.A. carrying his dog.
Mike, to be
That's what
clear,
they do.
the missing persons report was filed by Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm missing.
I don't know where I am.
Find me, please. So, how unpopular is Donald Trump? He is so unpopular that people prefer both Lice and Nickelback to Donald Trump.
Wow.
Who says this, Mr. O'Mara?
This is according to an actual national poll by Public Policy Polling. He ran neck and neck with...
That's shady already.
Well, hey, I attributed it. That's it. That's more than he does. He ran neck and neck with Nickelback, but Lice crushed him 54% to 28%.
Nice.
Other things more popular than Trump were traffic jams, used car salesmen, hipsters, the DMV, jury duty, and canals.
Nice.
He did beat cockroaches and hemorrhoids, but among just women, he lost those two.
Hey, are they still on the morning show down there? Cockroaches and hemorrhoids.
Hey, I'm Cockroach.
And I'm hemorrhoid.
Nice to see everybody.
They're liberal leaning, just for clarity.
Leaning. Just leaning.
Because he needs the help. All right. The Washington Nationals were in Chicago. So's your host. The Washington Nationals were in Chicago to play the Cubs this weekend. Do you guys hear this story? This is a good story. Even though Bryce Harper was walked so much on Sunday that he couldn't help his team on the field, he helped a homeless woman after the game. This is a true story.
No kidding.
The Cubs says she saw Bryce get into the team bus. Then he got back off about 10 minutes later with a glass jar full of cash. Then he walked over to the homeless woman sitting under a tree nearby, and he gave it to her.
Well,
it's kind of
nice.
strange that he had the money in a glass jar, especially since he was coming from the team bus. But who knows? Maybe it was just lying around as a swear jar, and he passed it around to collect money from the guys, but actually got off the team bus, walked over to the homeless lady, and this was witnessed by a couple of people that were associated with the Cubs, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I think the Nationals pay all their employees with glass jars of money. I think that's what happens.
Very exciting. Thank you, learners. A 26-year-old woman named Heidi McKinney was on an Alaska Airlines flight from Vegas to Portland, Oregon on Sunday night. And the woman sitting next to her says that Heidi touched her breasts and her lady parts without consent.
Oh, you got to ask first.
Mm-hmm. So when the plane landed, Heidi was for sex abuse. That's all the info we've got so far. So we don't know if Heidi was drunk or what, but there were pictures of Heidi.
Really?
And Heidi is kind of hot, which is...
What's that last name again?
Do I need the... her name is Heidi McKinney.
You know, you
Look her up,
you
Oscar,
might
if you
miss it because you're doing news coverage. So I don't think it's going to set it off.
I still think I deserve.
look
There
at
it is
on the
Yeah.
bounce.
And by the way, I should say that doesn't change anything. That this woman was.
She's got
somewhat
that
attractive.
girl next door, look.
You're just telling a
She
story,
does.
Mike.
There she,
Yeah.
Rob, that's a picture of her.
Oh, I would take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, relax.
accept it.
Keep it in
Awesome.
your pants.
Yeah.
Keep
Pony.
touching. And now a little something. Disgusting pigs. You are disgusting
But
pigs.
you know what? No, that will never happen because Pony doesn't know how to buy an airplane ticket. He's proven that.
Grown man can't travel.
A 2001 statue of a kneeling Adolf Hitler sold for a record $17.2 million at a Christie's auction in New York. Him is the title of the wax statue of a childlike Hitler by the Italian artist Maurizio Catalan. It fetched a record for one of the sculptor's works. The statue, originally estimated at $10 million to $15 million, was part of the auction house's Bound to Fail sale of themed artwork. Catalan's work, which features real human hair, I don't know why they put that in there.
That's nice.
Is from an edition of 3 depicting Hitler praying. This is what he said. I wanted to destroy it myself. Or this is the guy from Italy. I wanted to destroy it myself. He has previously said of the work, according to Christie's, I find 1,000 times every day, Hitler is pure fear. The statue was sold Sunday to anonymous bidders by telephone, an anonymous bidder. All I want to know is, how did Rob qualify for the loan? I just don't understand. Thanks for holding it in, Rob. I know you were ready. You were chomping. I know you were. Thank you.
Mike, sometimes I know when to out of the way.
Thank you so very much. We will take a break. Come back with Rob Spiewak's Audio Vault, Dancing Rob's Audio Vault when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. We didn't even get to that today. We'll be right back.
With every moment we get snacks.
Chris and O'Mara has to get caught up on all the shows of more broadcasting, like this clip from the Rob and Joe Show.
We are experiencing audio difficulties from our local program. No adjustment of your set is necessary.
Subscribe on iTunes or download it from MikeO'MaraShow.com every Monday right here on the More Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Look at you, constantly doing for others. How can a person be so selfless? You deserve a little something extra for yourself. A tiny indulgence for you. Y-O-U. Huh? Come on, look at me. What you need is to subscribe to the TMOS bonus show. Pamper yourself. Each week we record a 6th episode of the show. It's uncensored, it's commercial-free, and it can be yours if you subscribe to the 2016 TMOS bonus package. You get full access to all of the 2016 bonus content, plus the entire bonus show anthology at over a 25% savings. It's all waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Look for the banner marked TMOS bonus packages. And don't you worry, the year is almost half over, but it's not a problem because when you subscribe, you get an entire year from the day you sign up. So whether you want to buy it, give it, or renew it, click that bonus banner and get it done. The TMOS bonus package. Order it today. You deserve it, my friend. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for Tuesday, May 10, 2016, Rob.
I like when your voice gets more intense as the read continues.
It gets
'Cause that
more
started
and more.
as just a touch of an accent, then it got
Goes
really
from
thick.
William Shatner to full New York. That's
Very,
what it
very
does.
cool. Mike, were you familiar with the name William Shallard?
No, I'm not.
He died yesterday at age 93, and he has one of the longest, most recognizable careers for someone you've never heard of. He was in the Star Trek episode, one of The Trouble with Tribbles. He was in the movie Matinee. He was in the movie within the movie, Mant. He was on Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, he's
Dobie
kind
Gillis.
of a nerdy guy, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a nerd guy.
Very few people can say they were on Dobie Gillis and Desperate Housewives, but perhaps best known as the father on Patty Duke.
Okay.
But anyway, for a guy whose career went from the 40s to the 10s of the 2000s.
Oh, wow.
That's a long career. And he said he's not really proud of his body of work, but he's proud that he made a living for all that time.
Hey,
Just a
that's
working
good
actor.
perspective.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
good perspective to have as an actor.
So, and 93, a pretty good ride. But again, the deaths in the year 2016 continue. William Shallard dead at age 93. Crazy. I really thought he was already dead.
I don't think that's so crazy. Prince dying is crazy.
Yeah,
but
it ain't
William
Prince.
Shallard
No.
going isn't crazy.
But I'm just saying
It ain't
that
Prince.
we're
Yeah, I mean,
going.
that's
We're
just-
going. It seems like somebody every other day or so. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
well, I
Well,
mean-
but he was 90.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, we just want to clarify what's.
All right, hey Oscar, the sky is blue. You want to argue about that? God Almighty. Do you remember when Johnny Depp got in trouble for bringing his dogs undeclared into
I do.
Australia?
Yes.
And he made this very awkward apology.
Australia is free of many
This is with
pests
his
and
wife,
diseases
Amber
that are
Heard.
commonplace around the world.
And Australians are just as unique, both warm and direct. When you disrespect Australian law, they will tell you firmly.
So it was awkward at best. Now
Yeah.
even he's making fun of it.
It was funny.
He sat down to do some press for Alice in Wonderland, and he talked like this as an homage to himself and his own apology.
I'm going to do this everywhere I go. I would really apologize for not smuggling my dogs into England because it would have been a bad thing to do.
He's a funny guy. I don't know what's happened
Really
to his
funny.
voice, but a funny man. From the Rob Mike O'Mara Show Audio Labs, we theorized that you could speed anyone up from 33 RPM to 45, and they would sound like Stevie Nicks.
This is so funny. I
so we
love
worked-
this. I
we-
requested this.
Yeah,
last
and
week.
so I worked with this last night, and I have a couple examples. We'll keep working on it. It
Okay.
didn't work very well. I chose this as a Frank Sinatra offering. Little upbeat, and I think that I thought this would work better. Here's Frank. This is mid-60s Frank Sinatra,
And
normal
this is
speed.
beating Frank up to make him sound like Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Not the only town.
So if we speed Frank Sinatra up, will he sound like Stevie Nicks?
This town is a lonely.
Maybe a
No,
little.
not like the rock and roller.
So I said, you know what? Let's go to one of the other biggest artists of all time, Elvis Presley.
Love me.
Elvis normal.
That's going to sound more like Stevie Nicks, I bet.
Mike, you've got the ear because
This
I do
is the
think
vibra-
this
it's
is
the vibrato.
This is a big success.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life.
Now you need to get. Here's what you need to do.
We-
You need
the
to get
search continues.
contemporary. You need to get contemporary songs. You need to get contemporary songs because that's what were the ones last week that you
It was a Bruce Springsteen B-side, and it
Right.
was
All right, let me give you some artists.
okay.
George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Okay, you know what? Tonight the labs will
Stevie
attack
Ray
them.
Vaughan.
All right.
Bluesy kind of like up-tempo
Okay.
blues that will
Yeah.
do that. I'm trying to think. Even Steven Tyler might
Like
might
an
do
Aerosmith
that.
record?
Yep, up-tempo
you know what?
because if it's ballads, it's not going to work.
Modern Aerosmith. I think you're right. I think
Modern Aerosmith might work. Love in an Elevator might actually work for that. I'm not sure though.
I'll speak to
but
the
it's
voice
a
of the
great,
lab.
it's
It'll
a
be
grand
cool to see.
experiment.
We
It
will
really
see,
is.
and we will continue to work with it until we get it
Frank,
perfected.
I think we can all agree. Frank, no. Elvis,
No.
a little better.
Maybe,
you know?
maybe. We're getting there.
But you know what? You know what would sound better? I'm just thinking. You got my brain
Sure.
exploding with this now. If it was Elvis Jailhouse Rock,
you think?
that might
A
sound more
faster
like
song.
Stevie.
All right.
A faster song.
My
you know?
the thought at the labs was if you started with a ballad, then the tempo wouldn't get too fast when you sped it
No,
up.
the tempo has to be fast.
Because you're slowing it down.
Because Stevie
Right?
Nicks, when she has that little thing.
We're not slowing it down, Oscar.
Sorry, I'm just playing along.
Thank you. He doesn't care. He could care less. That's the whole thing.
He got his cream cheese. Oh, Mike. Florida
heating pad?
wildlife update.
Oh,
Florida wildlife officials were called to a woman's home last week after she found a 9-foot alligator in her swimming pool. Officials said the gator must have weighed over 300 pounds because it was wearing a T-shirt in the pool.
That's your magic. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
Oh, the simple ones are the best. That's it. Another Mike O'Mara show has come and gone. It didn't get all that hot in here, guys. I'm actually relieved. It will. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia. To get your message or birthday request into the mailbag, send it along to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wide Open Wednesday, where we will take your calls throughout the entire show at 888-920-MORE. That's 920-MORE, 888-920-6673. Yeah. Call us, won't you? For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike Numleg O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Excuse me.
One last thing. Please remember that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the best way to shop for anything and everything. So, shop Amazon and get there through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now, go in peace. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.